to an Econ Moment with Dr. Greg Evans at CSU Global. In this week's Option 2 of your critical thinking assignment, you're asked to talk about the minimum wage. One of the things I wanted to clear up before you get into that assignment is a common fallacy that people make when thinking about the minimum wage and whether or not it's beneficial to increase it. There certainly can be arguments for increasing the minimum wage, and there certainly are arguments against increasing the minimum wage. But a common argument for increasing the minimum wage is based on something called the efficiency wage theory. The problem with that is that there's what we call the fallacy of composition when we apply the efficiency wage theory to raising the minimum wage. The fallacy of composition tells us that, or rather it's the mistake of seeing something that works for an individual and then assuming that if you extrapolate it out to the whole that it's going to still work. Let me explain what the efficiency wage theory is. The efficiency wage theory is the idea that if you pay people more money above market wages, then they're going to be more dedicated to you. They're going to want to work harder for you. They're also going to want to simply not leave that job and do what they can to make sure that they keep that job because it pays higher than market wages. It's a nice idea. It's a great idea. And it works for an individual firm. The problem is if you turn it to the minimum wage, well, the minimum wage applies to everybody. So if everybody is raising their wages, there is no above market wages. There is no incentive to work harder for a particular organization because you can't get as good a pay somewhere else. Because you can get as good a pay somewhere else. That's the whole point of a minimum wage. So when you evaluate the minimum wage and whether or not it would be a good idea to raise it or not, don't fall victim to the fallacy of composition that the efficiency wage theory is a good argument for raising the minimum wage.